Hi, good people. How are you doing? Welcome back to this show. My name is Divina Nyarangi, and on today's episode of Health and Lifestyle, we're going to talk about mental health. And our today's topic is what to do when you feel like doing nothing, when you don't have energy, when you feel demotivated, when you feel burnt out, when you feel tired, exhausted, all that. So stay tuned. To the returning subscribers, thank you so much for always stopping by to watch my videos. I so much appreciate you guys. And to the new subscribers, kindly consider subscribing. Actually, we are road to 100 subscribers. So kindly subscribe, and let's do this. Kindly support your girl. We are getting bigger and better, and I know we can do this. So stay tuned. So this could, at some point in life, this feeling can be as a result of maybe the expectations that we have are not coming through for us. It could be not just our expectations, but our parents, our families' expectations, but really things are not happening as per how maybe they think, or as per how yourself you may be thinking. That could be financially, career-wise, socially. There are those goals that you have set, and then you're working out every day, you trying your best, you're doing everything, you're waking up so early, sleeping so late, so that you get to achieve that you're supposed to. But then nothing seems to be working. Maybe your parents feel like after your college now, you're supposed to get employed and be supporting maybe your siblings, but then it takes so long. And the feeling, your family expects you to be giving much more than you are able to. That can also be overwhelming at some point. So this majorly comes as a result of our expectations, our family's expectations. Maybe the way we thought the world could be is not the way it's turning out to be. The expectations that we had for our lives is not what is really happening in whichever angle. Nothing is happening the way it should be. It could be not that it's not happening really, but it's taking time, and that's so normal. That happens most of the time. So when all this happens, you things are not happening according to your pace. You're like, so is it going to happen? Most of us are so impatient, especially with life. I mean, who is going to sit down and be patient on finances? Because bills themselves do not wait. You know what happens? And then at the end of the day, your brain is so exhausted, your mind is so exhausted, your body is so exhausted, and you feel like you are at the end. You are at the verge of giving up, actually. So a few things that you should do when you're in that state. One is to take a rest. Yes, do nothing. When you feel like doing nothing, yes, do nothing. In most times we use our bodies to do a lot of work. We wake up so early, they help us to wake up so early, do all the tasks that we have ahead of the day, literally in everything, our mind, even our souls. So at that point, everything is exhausted, and it is only fair for us to accept that we are there, we are at that stage. So what are you supposed to do is to take a rest, take a break. When someone is sick and the doctor advises you to, after the medication, your doctor advises you to take your medicine and have enough rest. That's what you should do. Rest is very vital. Rest is very important. Rest is very key in our lives, at every stage of life. That's why even at, let me say at our workplace, we have leaves. You can take your off because you cannot work continuously from Monday to Monday, 8 to 5. If you're not at work, you're at home. And you're not just seated, when you come at home, you also have other things to do. So there's no time your body is resting. There's no time your mind is just relaxed. So at this point, you have to take a rest. Allow your mind, your body, and even soul to relax so that you're able to reset your goals, so that you're able to rethink, so that you're able to review the whole thing. The moment you still push things, it's like you're overdoing it. And there's nothing as bad as overdoing your body or overdoing something. There's no energy for that. You're just doing it for the sake. So that means the result is not going to be good. The output is not going to be excellent. So it's good to relax at this point. Let our mind, let our body, let our soul have its own time so that we're able to heal. And by the time we are out, or rather by the time we are up again, you get the energy. You're energized for the next step. Or now you're able to restart again afresh. You get what I'm saying? Like, after that rest, your mind is able to read. Now you can do it this way. You can change your direction that way. Yeah, that's what I mean. So apart from rest, whenever you feel the way you're feeling, at that point, give yourself some love. Love yourself unconditionally. Love yourself in a way that, in as much as you're working towards that goal, in as much as you're working towards your family's, yourself, or someone else's expectation, you don't have to trade yourself for material things, or rather for something else, because you are so precious. You are the prize, So the moment you have that feeling, give yourself a treat. At this point, my mind is exhausted. Your soul is exhausted. Your body your mind is not reasoning well. Give yourself a massage. Take yourself out for a massage, for some coffee, whatever you can afford, or whatever is convenient or favorable for you. Take yourself out for a walk. It doesn't have to be a planned whole trip. You can just have some evening walks, some nature walks, or even just a random walk, just to get yourself refreshed up, just to get yourself at a better position. And then do not compare yourself with others. People out here are faking it. Okay, you could be working. Yeah, you're working for the best of your life. But at that point, don't feel like, I'm losing it. At least there's nothing I've done. The year is almost coming to the end. Nothing is working out for me. And yet almost all my friends are thriving. My friends are driving, leave alone thriving. They are all driving. They are all going for vacations, holidays, what have you. And you're here, nothing is working out for you. People, who puts out a dirty linen in public? No one. So if someone chooses to, okay, I'm not saying everyone, because there are those who live their lives just as they are, but a good percentage is just putting what what should be seen, what will be interesting to the public. So you see someone really with much success in his or her life, and you feel like, kwani, where did I go wrong? What's happening to me? No, nothing is happening to you. It's just that we are different. Your time is not yet, and your destinations are not the same. So give yourself time. Treat yourself gently. Treat yourself well. At this point, don't go drinking a lot of alcohol. Don't go over drinking a lot of alcohol. Don't be bitter on yourself. Like, I've not made it, I'm so useless. I mean, like, you feel you have no reason to live. Don't hate yourself. Just love yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself well. Forgive yourself for whatever you were not able to do, because you are not perfect. By the way, it's good that you at that point you accept you're not perfect. You're just trying. There's no human being on this earth who is perfect. Everyone is just choosing a lane and running on it. Whatever works, well and good. Whatever that is going to backfire on you, well and good. Let it be. I mean, let it go. So don't be hard on yourself for things that you've not achieved, or for things you feel you're supposed to have achieved and you have not. Just love yourself. Give yourself a thumbs up for what you have managed, and give yourself some time as well, because everything is going to fall into place with time, in the perfect time that is. So the other thing is changing your focus, shifting your focus actually. At this point, you have to change your perspective on how you view things. When you have a positive perspective on something, and then automatically, whatever the thing is, it's going to be achievable. You get? And the moment you have a negative mind on something, trust you me, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. So try to have that mentality of, yes, I can do it. Not taking something like, I'm not really sure this is going to work, especially for me. I feel like I cannot do this. I feel like this is too big for me. I feel like, this is not my field. I feel like I was not born for this. Your mind is already done. Or rather, your mind has already given up. So you'll just be pushing yourself. You'll put really a lot of energy into this for it to come out a success, for it to come out as expected. So try getting a different perspective of everything. You could be having your own weaknesses. I mean, you're not good in everything. You're good in languages, but very poor in maths. That's okay. You're good in life skills. Let me say theory, but not good in practical stuff. That's okay. But what happens? Be ready to learn. Be ready. Throw yourself onto it. I mean, believe in yourself. Believe in your energy. Believe you can do everything. Through that, you're going to get everything done. You don't have to do it by your own. That's why we have people around us. That's why we have phones around us. That's why we have technology for us. That's why we have Google. Mr. Google has it all, by the way. You don't have to if the task is too hard for you, just take it up. Consult with a friend, a specialist, a consultant. Could be someone who's better in that. At the end of the day, count it done. You know. But the moment you just by the look, you already feel like the result is also going to be So let's change our mind towards the positive side of everything, so that the moment we grab it, we will use whichever means we're going to have it done. That is very important. The other thing is talking to someone. The obvious say is a problem half shared is a problem half solved. Yeah, and that applies everywhere. Yes, we have our knowledge, we have our skills, but at some point they are limited. We have said, just the way we have said, you can't be unless you're a genius. Even those who are that quality also consult. They read books. You can't be perfect in everything. You can't be Mr. Know-it-all. So the moment we are at that state, talk to someone. The importance of sharing with someone is that you can get a new way of doing it. You had this thing that has not worked out for you. You have tried, but nothing is happening. Let me give you an example. I gave myself, but maybe you've given yourself a goal. By the end of 2023 or 2022, I ought to have stabilized in my finances, or rather, I'm supposed to be maybe owning a home or a car. But then this is not happening. Your finances are so bad. You're into loans, you're into borrowing, and you wonder. And then you are all there's that mistake that you're doing that maybe you have not realized, But the moment you go share, maybe let me say about loans, you go share with someone, a banker, a friend who is good who has already made it. In that case, this person is able to assist you. Listen, if you want to build a home, you first have to save this amount. You have to get some bricks, you have to get some cement, you have to get whatever, you have to get some grills, and then you have to set aside some amount of money for the fundies. Or you've been applying for this job since January, it's August, the jobs are advertised, you apply, but there's no interview, leave alone being called for the job, like getting them. There's no interview that you've ever attended, and you feel like you're doing everything right, but then there's nothing that is showing up, there's nothing that is happening. Yeah, it happens sometimes, but are you sure about each and every step? The moment you share it with someone who is in the human resource department, or just someone who has succeeded or made it or is already employed, someone could look at your CV and tell you, no, there's this mistake that you continue doing, that you continuously do. There's this mistake, there's this way that you should revamp your CV. And by that person will have helped you a lot. We have our support systems who we are supposed to run unto whenever things are not okay. Not just when things are not okay, but mostly when things are not working out, so that they get to advise us. When you share your problem with someone, you get to be advised accordingly. This someone is able to change the way of approach. You've been using this method, it's not working out, so she gets you another method that can easily help you maneuver through it. Through sharing as well, if you know at this point you're overwhelmed, you're tired, you're at the verge of giving up, this person is going to instill some positivity in you. You know, let me say these people who already made it, the moment you talk to them, they will always tell you, don't give up. Things will always fall into place no matter how many years it's going to take. Just keep going. Yourself, you are the verge of giving up, or rather but this part, through the words or the motivation given by this other party, you will get the energy to still hang on. So sharing is another way of enhancing our knowledge, enhancing ourselves. You don't just dump it there and walk out. We are there to help each other. Apart from the physical meetings, like talking to someone, we also have online therapies. If you don't go meet someone and tell him, this is what is going, this is what I'm facing, and you can get your online therapy. Currently, there are a lot of apps that offer that, and the good thing is that actually you can check online therapy apps. There are several. You just sign in, and then you'll be given someone to take you through, depending on what you're undergoing and what exactly you want. Time friendly, of course, and you can only sign into what you want. You don't have to do a whole therapy. So let your mind be of share with some other person. It is very, very it's very much of key, so that we get to buy ideas, we get to buy knowledge from other people. The other thing is we should try to consume positive content. By this I mean get something to do, or whatever. Mostly this happens on phone. You could be on a page that makes you feel so bad already. You're already at this state, and then you're on this page that is of people who have succeeded, or your friends on social media who have, you will hate yourself. So stop consuming that. Actually, that means you put your phone out of some apps. Do I say some apps? Like limit your usage, your phone usage. The moment you're going to Facebook, you'll meet your friends who have made it, and you feel challenged. By then you'll really feel bad. You can imagine that state already, and you're seeing people who have made it. You're seeing people building good homes. You're seeing people going. It's going to make you feel bad. You'll feel so bitter about yourself. So the best thing is to concentrate on content that is favorable for you at that point. So content that is favorable for you at that point could be nature. Get some music. Avoid this Instagram, avoid YouTube you can watch, but then you have to filter what you're watching. Actually, yeah, even on Instagram you can filter. On YouTube, you can filter what content you want to consume, and other apps. So look for apps that you can filter what you want, rather than having this random content, because you're going to see things that you don't want to see at that point. You're going to see things and then you start imagining how a failure you are, how dumb you are, how stupid you are, how bitter. I mean, how could I not do this? What's happening to my life? Why is everyone so doing so well out there? So just consume things that are favorable for you at that point. I mean, exist. Accept yourself at this point, because this is your learning point. Let this phase be it. So don't just run away from it. Don't try to push yourself to the wall, because it's not going to be of any good at the end of the day. So be on the positive side. You'll get back to this other side once your mind is ready. The other thing that you are supposed to do when you are at this stage is to understand that life happens in cycles. When a day begins, we have the morning, afternoon, and the night. We have the sun and the night. Sun and the moon. Okay. We have the sun and the moon. There's always the rainy and dry season. There's always the planting and the harvesting season. So just like the seasons are, life is equally the same. Life will never be the same from your birth time to whichever the age. At a certain age, you could not reason or do some things on your own. At some age, you find it easy and very comfortable doing things on your own, even thinking bigger and better. And at some age, there are things you find to have outgrown, you can no longer do them. So that's how life happens. Change is the only constant in life. So embrace each cycle of your life. So if you never experience tears in your life, you'll never appreciate the happy moments when they come. So let's get to understand that life comes in cycles, and embrace the cycle that you're currently undergoing. Practice perseverance, practice patience, because that too shall come to pass. Embrace the highs, because they are meant to be. The lows, they are meant to be. That's the only way you can build the journey. I mean, there's nothing that is always all rosy. There's no road that has no bumps. Same to our life. It has to be dark at some point and get light at the end of the tunnel. So the only thing that we need to do is to appreciate it, let it happen, and expect a positive result at the end. The other thing is to have gratitude. The things that you could be wanting so much could also be someone else's dream. The things that maybe you don't, the things that you have could be someone else's dream. Meaning, whatever you have, whatever you can do. I mean, you can be lucky to have both your hands, your legs. You have your mental state that is okay. There are people who cannot think, who cannot reason. There are people who cannot sit or walk. We have people who have spent almost all their time in hospital beds. There are people who only want someone to call a mom or a dad, or someone to relate with them, someone to just listen to. So the things that you feel that you just take for granted could be like something so precious to other people. So value what you have. Be grateful for whatever you have. You were able to study till college, and someone has not made it through high school because of school fees. Let me say you have this job that is giving you some cash. It doesn't have to be what you want, but at least at the end of the month, you have something. Remember, there's someone else out there who finished his or her college and has not been able to secure a job anywhere. Someone who has stayed jobless for over 10 years and sat in the same college or did the same course. There's someone who can speak but has never had a platform. No one has ever realized her skills. No one has ever heard her voice. This person has never been recognized. So let's learn to appreciate what we have. Be thankful of whatever we have. Yes, it's good to have our achievements, our goals, be of higher minds, but then whatever little that is there is much before someone's eyes. So let's take the little that we have and use it so that we get a bigger portion, or we get bigger or richer or wealthier. Not just to think like it's so obvious. It's not obvious. People are struggling out here. People will wish to even live the lives that we are really feeling bitter about. So that's the other thing. Let's learn to have gratitude in everything that we do or we have in life. It's also good to take or do everything in baby steps. You can't climb a whole staircase in a minute or just one way. You have to go step by step. So whatever the dreams that we have, whatever the goals that we have, they can be achievable, but with time. You'll not just wake up and find everything happening in a day. You'll not wake up and build a home in a week. Even success itself, all these millionaires and billionaires will tell you they began from 0, they grew to 10, and then to 20. All these people who have succeeded in their businesses, they'll tell you they began with a stock of 100,000 and then went to 200,000 and then 500,000 and 1 million and plus. So whatever you have in mind, do it in small bits. That becomes easier for you to maneuver. It becomes easy for you to handle. Instead of stressing your mind, your body, at some point you even feel like you should go for shortcuts just to get it done so fast, and then we lose it on the way. So it is always a little by. It's always a bit by bit. When you're working towards your financial stability, that little saving, how it becomes a problem to save 5 shillings, because you tend to imagine like the 5 shillings may not be of help. So imagine if you're saving the 5 shillings for 3 years. I mean, that's some money. If you're saving that 1,000 bob for 1 year, that's a lot of money. So let's just begin it from somewhere. Like the current generation, it is really an issue. It is really an issue. There's no patience. It is how we can be connected, how we can, getting the easiest way out of it. They don't go a long way, by the way. So just pick your lane, slowly by slowly, bit by bit. Just give it the energy that it deserves. Give it the consistency it deserves, and you'll get there. Success is always a it's always a long built plan. It doesn't just happen. When you wake up, work towards it. Not just waking up and then it's not happening. You try it for 3 months and you want to give up because whatever you want is not happening. So when you have that mentality, nothing is going to work out for you unless you believe, like at the end of it all, I'll have what I wanted, I'll have it attained. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys have been able to learn on what you are supposed to do when you feel like doing nothing. Take these few tips and practice them because they are going to help and they are of great importance in our lives. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.